Hi there, fellow female activists. Cathy, your wellness coach. And we are here today. It's a wellness video, and we are talking about hydration. So, as you know, if you're new here, or sorry, if you are new here, hello, like and subscribe. And what we do when we start any of the wellness playlist is we PQ rep or positive quotient repetitions. So get comfy. Hopefully, you're in a safe space where you can close your eyes. If not, that's okay too, but preferably at least you can be alone and center yourself. And that's what positive repetitions are all about. So get comfy. Again, if you are feeling safe, go ahead, close your eyes. And let's go ahead. You can be sitting, standing, maybe you're walking, that's fine. But I want you to really concentrate on noticing your breath. So if you are moving, this will be a little bit more audible, right? You'll hear your exertion a lot, but feeling your breath, what is it? How is it affecting your body other than keeping you alive, right? Let your mind connect to your breath. If you're still, what parts of your body are rhythmically moving with your breath? If you are listening somewhere where you're multitasking, what parts of your body are resonating with your breath? Now, we're going to actually change our breath pattern. Take in a few deep breaths, and these will be through our nose only. So maybe if you're dealing with some type of cold or something, obviously you can use your mouth, but go ahead, take a deep breath in. Take a little bit more in, and then really push it out through your nose. Let's do at least 2 more of those. Take a breath in through the nose, a little bit more, and go ahead and let it out through the nose. You should literally be able to hear that exhalation. Exhalation. One more time. Inhale. Inhale a little more. And exhale. Go ahead and blink open your eyes. That, again, was how we start all of our wellness playlists. And there's several different playlists. And this is the wellness playlist. So we always want us to start, okay, with the idea that we want to be centered as much as possible to keep us in a better state of mind, to keep us in sage, right? We want to move from our saboteurs as much as possible and then move ourselves into sage quicker, okay? And that means we can shift others as well from the saboteur mode into sage. And right now we need that so much. So today it's going to be a quick one, and this is the subcategory for hydration. So anyone who's new here, you know that you'll find out that I have 5 pillars of wellness that we talk about. Hydration, we talk about sleep, nourishment, movement, and mental fitness. And within the wellness, oh, you know what, I forgot to turn that on. You can see me a little better now, right? So I like to, nothing that I tell you in these videos is anything you probably have not already heard. In fact, I would hope you've actually heard a lot of these different tidbits or tips, advice, right? And it's a matter of repetition to really start to utilize that advice. It does not get to keep hearing the advice and yet you never take it. So my whole point in sharing the wellness tips is so that you can take action. That's the utmost importance. How you take action is going to B, how you see results, right? So again, today we're talking about hydration. And in particular, we're talking about how uh, at what temperature should your drinks or your hydration be to be effective? So, you know, I know that there's a ton of you out there who love ice, who just want everything so, so cold. And I'm here to tell you, as your fellow female activist, but also wellness coach, that actually room temperature is the best for your body. Why is that? Well, our internal body, okay, is 98.6 Fahrenheit degrees, right? 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. So you'll have to get the converter out there, the conversion for that. But meanwhile, uh, it's mostly been sold to us through marketing. And I have a bachelor's of science in marketing, so I would know. But the idea that you really need cold, 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 or hot, 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 right? Of any type of beverage to make it useful is not necessarily very cool. Um, Room temperature, again, is the preferable temp for our beverages. Why? Again, we're inside, our bodies are already very warm. And that homeostasis, right, of the 98.6, there's a reason for it. At that temperature, that's where our body is most um, comfortable, right? It's functioning correctly. So when you add any type of liquid that's too hot, okay, too warm over that 98.6, right? And again, we drink beverages, right? Like anyone who loves, I love warm tea, right? Hot, we say hot tea, but let's get real. If it's over a certain degree, one, we're going to burn our tongue and our mouth in general, right? And that's going to cause problems. So it does no good to have really, really, really hot beverages. And then on the same spectrum, when you go the 180 route, it's not very preferable to have very cold beverages. Again, remember, our body is rather warm. It's 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit inside. We add any type of liquid that's way cooler than that and or way hot, you're shocking your nervous system. It doesn't like it. And so, it comes down to realizing, okay, what your preference is, right? So me, I've never liked very cold beverages. On the other side, I've actually been more prone to like, warmer beverages. And it's interesting because I've never really used ice to begin with. So when I found this out, right, after research, after going to different, doctors and so forth, it wasn't hard for me to decide, what, I don't need to have a beverage beyond or to below room temperature. Now, do I like warm beverages? Yes, I love herbal teas, right? And so anything though over, and this was confirmed through Dr. Mike, who is a YouTube sensation. It's like 15 plus, subscribers, and he is a real life doctor, MD. And he even said in one of his videos that, anything over 130 degrees Fahrenheit, that's not safe at all, quite literally. So you have to really decide, okay, when you're getting hydrated, which I want to do right now. Optimal, again, really is room temperature. Um, if you do choose to use, let's say, ice, right, to cool down a drink, okay, that's fine. But you don't have to make like the whole half of the beverage holder ice. Like a little bit of ice is fine. If you must, you must, right? But think about at least once a day trying to drink something that is just room temperature. You know, uh, I tend to only drink water, okay? And if I do drink any type of tea, it's usually non-caffeinated, right? Decaffeinated rather, sorry. And so if ever I drink carbonated drinks, okay, which isn't a lot, but like, when you're not feeling well, it does feel good to have some type of carbonation, right? beverage, but I will make sure that it's not cold. And then when I do, uh, drink that carbonated beverage, I don't suck it down, like, and you're not going to do that anyway when you're not feeling well. But what I mean is how we drink also will have an effect. So depending on how cold or hot, right, the beverage is, when we hydrate our bodies, again, it does no good to slush it all down, right? Especially if it's warm. If it's too warm, you're going to burn your esophagus. But what you want to make sure that you are thinking about is, am I intaking too much liquid all at once, which you don't want to do at any point, room temperature or not. So when you're drinking at any point in time, really just take sips. Our bodies are going to stay in the parasympathetic nervous system whenever, or I should say, it will return to the parasympathetic nervous system when we take sips of a drink, right? Not when we're taking gorges of it, right? But literally when we start consuming anything, our body will want to go into digest mode, i.e., which is part of the parasympathetic nervous system. So again, drinking too fast is not optimal, nor is it going to help in hydrating your body, because quite literally your body will kind of just want to flush it out. Again, you're inundating your digestive system unnecessarily. So as well as making sure that you're trying to, drink more room temperature based, liquids, also think about how you're drinking. Like maybe you kind of forgot to be drinking, let's say, water throughout the day, and you finally get to remembering, you start to slug it down. I would say, okay, a few gulps is fine, but don't keep don't keep up with the whole like, oh, I'm gonna drink, 16 ounces like in 2 seconds. No, that's not optimal. Again, basically all that's gonna happen, whether there's electrolytes in that drink or not, it's just gonna flush itself out really quick. So, uh, the whole point of this video is just when you are hydrating yourself, please, please, please think about room temperature liquids more often than not, okay? And then also, when you are drinking anytime, take little sips, okay? Don't take huge swigs, because it is not helpful to the digestive system, okay? When we are enjoying our food, we want to make sure we're chewing it for one. And then when we do decide to take a drink, if we're eating with the meal, which isn't preferable, but if you're going to, that's fine. But chew all the food first, make sure you swallow, and then take a sip of whatever beverage you have. Why? Because you don't want to ruin your digestive system's process of actually churning that food into something useful, like glucose energy, right? By washing it all down, unfortunately, with just a lot of liquid. So we want to be mindful, okay? So again, this tip about room temperature liquids is optimal, but life is the 80-20 rule, right? 80% of the time, do the best you can, and 20% of the time you're gonna fall off the rails, and that's okay. But with this, just at least try it. If you're someone who always uses ice for every beverage, let's say, maybe, start by just not using so much ice, okay? If you're the opposite end and you tend to, let's say, really like hot beverages, well, maybe think about, okay, I'm going to set a timer. So before I try to sip it and always burn my tongue, right? Let's see if I can wait at least a minute. Put the timer on your phone and say, okay, I'm not drinking this and for another at least minute. It's easy little mind tricks like that that will help your body stay safe and feel safe. And that's all we're here for, is to make sure that we are in an optimal sage response as much as possible. Okay, so with that, I enjoy having you here, and please, please pass on, right? And we want to grow this channel as much as possible, especially right now. Times are tough in the United States, and we got to do the best we can to fight fascism. And your health, your ability to bounce back from any type of situation is imperative right now. And so we get to be safe and healthy so that we can make sure we see the end of fascism sooner than later. With that, we will see you next time. Take care. Take charge. God bless.